Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's the Star Wars Nerd here, and today I'll be giving you my review of Chapter 11 in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. As with all my reviews, this is the spoiler warning, so if you guys have not seen the episode yet, go ahead and watch it and then come back and see my video. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get started. This episode is Chapter 11 and is called The Heiress. The episode starts out with the Mandalorian's beat up ship barely making it down to the aquatic planet called Trask. Because he's coming in hot, his ship almost makes it onto the landing pad but falls into the water down below. His ship is brought out of the water by a big machine, and we then see that the planet is inhabited by lots of Mon Calamari. These are of course the same species as Admiral Akbar, who was the commander during the attack on the second Death Star at the Battle of Endor. Now that the Mandalorian has delivered the Frog Lady to the planet that her husband is on, he talks to the husband about where he can find the Mandalorians. The frog then directs Mando to a nearby restaurant where he's met by a Mon Calamari waiter. There's a funny scene where the Mon Calamari gives Baby Yoda a bowl of chowder, and the squid inside the chowder jumps on Baby Yoda's face, and then the Mandalorian kind of tells him to, stop playing with your food. This scene was really cool, and I liked it a lot just because it's another way of just seeing the relationship between the child and Mando just become, even tighter, and just seeing that kind of father-son relationship they have. After that, Mando then asks the waiter where he can find others of his kind, and he goes and gets a Quarren, which are the squid-like species, and he takes them onto his big freighter ship in the water. While they're on the ship, Mando is asked if he's ever seen a Mammacore eat, and the Quarren go on to feed it, but as he goes to feed it, he shoves Baby Yoda into his mouth, and of course Mando jumps in after him. What was actually really interesting about this scene was that we actually get to see Mando use his jetpack underwater, which is something we have not seen before. And I just think it's kind of cool that he can actually use it underwater, because you wouldn't think he'd be able to. So as Mando is drowning and being attacked by the Quarren pirates, so they can hopefully get their hands on Mando's Beskar armor, 3 Mandalorians fly in and rescue him and the child. Once he is rescued, Mando is relieved to see more of his kind, but as they are talking, the 3 Mandalorians remove their helmets, revealing Bo-Katan from the Clone Wars and Rebels series. What's cool about this is that the actor who plays Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian is actually the same person who did the voice for her in both her animated appearances in Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. I honestly didn't know if they'd actually bring Bo-Katan in, and the fact that they did just makes me so happy to see that connection between the two shows, and especially to see Bo in live action for the first time ever. It's honestly just a testament to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni for making this happen and just making everything connected in the universe. So the Mandalorians along with Bo-Katan take off their helmets, which leaves Mando in shock, and he immediately asks them where they got their armor from. Bo then tells Mando about her past and how she fought in the Great Purge and was born on Mandalore. She also goes on to tell Mando about his background and his group of Mandalorians, and that he was a child of the Watch, or Death Watch to be more specific. This is another great connection to the Clone Wars, because we really get to see this form of Mandalorians in lots of depth in the Clone Wars. This also gives us fans the big explanation we've been wanting about why Mando and his clan of Mandalorians won't take their helmets off when we've seen others do it like Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars. After being told all of this, Mando flies off with the child, and we then see him back in the docks where we started off the episode. Mando is then ambushed by Quarrens who want revenge for the death of their brother, and right before they can start to attack, Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians come back and take them all out, and ask Mando to come have a drink with them. Bo-Katan needs Mando's help to take down an Imperial Gozanti freighter, which has loads of weapons that are being transported to Moff Gideon. Mando agrees to this only if she can tell him where to find a Jedi, so he can then take the child to them. Before taking off on the mission, Mando gives Baby Yoda to the frog couple that we saw earlier in the episode, and we get to see that one of the eggs actually did hatch already. Now that Baby Yoda is safe, the Mandalorians fly to the Imperial ship and begin to take out stormtroopers left and right, and we really get to see just how skilled Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians really are compared to Din. We really get to see just how inexperienced Din is compared to the battle-hardened Mandalorians. He honestly takes a back seat in this fight, which is really surprising considering that every single fight we've seen up to this point, he's really been the lead. Once they are all on the ship and have gotten to the weapons they plan to take, Bo-Katan tells the captain of the ship that she's going to take the ship for herself. Din is not happy with this at all because she changed their deal, but he goes along with it anyways because he needs to find out where the Jedi is from Bo-Katan. After this, we see the captain of the ship talk to a hologram of Moff Gideon, and Gideon basically tells the captain to destroy the ship so the Mandalorians cannot have it. The captain then immediately kills his 2 pilots and takes the controls of the ship and plummets it to the ground. Right before he can drive the ship into the ground, the Mandalorians bust in and take back control. We also find out the real reason that Bo-Katan wanted to take over the ship, and that's because she wants to figure out where Moff Gideon is so she can get back the Darksaber from him. Another cool part of this scene is that they take a page out of World War II and the Cold War, with the captain of the ship biting into his tooth and electrocuting himself so that he couldn't give Bo any information when she was torturing him. So now that the Mandalorians have control of the ship, Bo tells Mando the information that he needed by saying, "Take the foundling to the city of Caladan on the first planet of Corvus. Here you will find a Jedi named Ahsoka Tano. Tell her Bo-Katan sent you." This was crazy, and it was a huge name drop, as Ahsoka is another huge character that has appeared in the Clone Wars and Rebels series just like Bo-Katan. It'll also be the first live action appearance for her, just like Bo, so I'm super excited to see her when she shows up in the show eventually. After being given the information by Bo-Katan, Mando takes off and gets the child, and they leave the planet to go find Ahsoka and his very poorly repaired ship by the Mon Calamari. This episode was absolutely incredible from start to finish, and I honestly think you could very well argue this is one of the best, if not the best episode we have gotten so far in the entire series. The way that they keep tying in the bigger universe and just making the overall story just get better and better each episode is truly incredible. Even though we had Ahsoka's huge name drop in this episode, I don't think we'll see her in the next one just because I think they're going to want to play it out as long as possible, and I just don't think it'd be that easy for Mando. I was also really excited when they brought in Bo-Katan, just because that was an incredible cameo, and it really helped give even more backstory to Din and his group of Mandalorians. Overall, this episode was insanely good, and it was definitely worth the wait, and it honestly kind of made the last episode a little bit better just because the payoff was so good for it. I would give this episode a 9 out of 10 because it was just so good, and it's only going to get better from here. But anyways, let me guys know what you thought about the episode down in the comment section down below. I love hearing what you guys have to say about these episodes. If you guys liked this video and my review of the episode, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you're a big Star Wars fan, you're sure to love all my other content, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.